Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm starting this new mix. I'm kind of just going through clip gaining, getting it balanced or whatever, but I kind of want to just show you how powerful it is to just kind of use an overall EQ in your mix bus, a bus compressor, and getting a really nice solid balance with level and panning. So yeah, if we come down to my mix bus, I'll just show you the three plugins that are the most important to this, and then I'll show you my limiter. Actually, I'll just show it right now. So I'm also using the Ozone. I'll have this up, but this is not doing any processing on the equalizer, just some stereo width, and that's pretty much about it. And then the limiter, like I said, is just for gain. It's just so I have some headroom when I take off the limiter when I'm ready to get the song mastered. This is just a little safety, and then obviously also keeping me from clipping in the session if it gets that crazy. But otherwise, the ones that are doing a lot of the work is the first thing I have is API 2500, really good bus compressor. And then after that, I have the tape plugin. I have this Studer A800 by UAD. This is kind of my preset that I made. I just called it Fat Boy because it's adding a lot of low end. It's kind of just a sound that I'm looking for, and it gets me there quicker when I use this plugin. And then after that is this Moog K-Comp, not using any of the compression settings, none of this fancy stuff down here, just purely using it for the soft clip button, which is just at its default, and then using the EQ 3 dB at 40 and 3 dB at 40 kilohertz on the top end. And then the last thing that's really important is that I'm using the saturation that's built into Pro Tools, aka heat, just one tick up on the drive and one tick down on the tone, and then I'll show you a before and after on what that's doing. So actually, let's do that first. So let me play the song. I'll play my mix first.
Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Losing it all over you, but going for it anyway. Don't think that I could hardly wait. Could die for another day if I don't find the right words to say. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Losing it all over you.
So you can see and you can hear, obviously, the heat is adding a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but it's adding a lot of low end. I just said what I just didn't say, but yeah, it is adding low end. The mid range is a little bit more present. Not too much on the top end because I took the tone down a little bit, but it's kind of, you know, quote unquote, making it warmer. And that's just because it's rolling off some of that top end in the mix. And that's really why I have these settings. But now let's play it with, I'll slowly put in all the plugins on my master bus.
Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Losing it all over you, but going for it anyway. Don't think that I could hardly wait. Could die for another day if I don't find the right words to say. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Losing it all over you, but going for it anyway. Don't think that I could hardly wait. Could die for another day if I don't find the right words to say.
I mean, yeah, like obviously, like I said, this is just straight balance, panning, no EQ, no compression on the individual elements. This is just straight all the stuff you're hearing from the mix bus. I mean, to me, the 2500 is definitely keeping it together. It's also keeping that vocal close to the instrumental, or in this case, all the instruments basically. Obviously, all this stuff is going to slightly change once I start processing individually, but it will keep me from doing as much. To me, also the tape, you know, kind of takes some edge off of the song, and it also kind of tames the track a little bit more. And like I said, also there's that low end bump that's really nice. But when the Moog comes in, it's definitely adding that shine from the top end. And like I said, still adding a little bit more of that, obviously 40 hertz and below. So some of that sub is coming up. But I feel like with these three plugins and the heat included, I'll show you versus their rough mix versus mine. So here's my mix, and then I'll throw it in down here.
Could die for another day if I don't find the right words to say. But it's just silence in the air. But it's just silence in the air. But it's just silence in the air. Could die for another day if I don't find the right words to say.
So yeah, I mean, you can hear there's obviously a clear difference. I'm not, and I'm not saying mine so far is better than the rough mix, and the rough mix is better than mine. Obviously, I'm just, trying to show that you can clearly hear there's a lot of processing done on the rough mix, and it's, it sounds like a rough mix, and there's no processing on mine, even though mine still sounds, a little rough, literally. I feel like it's just a good starting point. It's not me saying like, oh, I just threw up some faders and then the mix is done. It's just like, I feel like it just gives me a way better head start. I don't know. Hopefully this makes sense. Like, it makes sense to me. Like I said, I'm trying my best to just show you a really solid example of my thought process and the way I work and the way I like to start mixes. And it's getting me closer to the sound that I'm personally chasing. It also has to make sense for the song. So, this may not work for everybody. This may not work for every song that I personally work on, but at least it gets me to a sound that I'm chasing. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this makes you kind of think differently about the way you mix next time. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Almost at 1,000. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.